I can't tell you, was really good up until the final episodes when he didn't really do much up until they tried to fight Lord Zed, but they ended up getting destroyed. They're getting beat up one by one. But it was good to see his suit in action. And we gotta talk about the morphing sequence in Cosmic Fury. I love the crap out of the morphing sequence. I love the VFX of it. I love the lighting of it. I love Billy's new morphing sequence. His morphing sequence was a lot better than it was in Once and Always. And I love how it looked back in the day. It looked it looked the same right now. The morphing sequence was great, but Heckle from Dino Supercharged was in Cosmic Fury, and I love how he was handled so well in the series. Because when he was in Dino Supercharged, he was handled poorly. He did mention that when he was helping the Rangers, he had a redemption arc. But once he became a Ranger, it led him to a different path in life. You know what I'm saying? And he was the best part about this show as well, even though he helped the Rangers multiple times. And so, Izzy and Fern, those two, I just love watching them on TV because since 93 or 95, when Kimberly left the show, when she decided to just leave Tommy for a boy that he met, Dear John letter or whatever though, but Fern and Izzy stuck together even when Fern becomes a Ranger. Speaking of Fern, she wanted to become a Ranger so bad to the point where she went and saved Solon. But once all of the heroic part happened, the orb was drenched into her body and she ends up becoming the Orange Ranger. And she showed out as a Ranger as well. And she had to fight alongside with her boo. It's icing on the cake. Because Izzy was still being Izzy from Dino Fury. But in Cosmic Fury, I feel like she's grown a lot as well up until when Fern became a Ranger. She was so worried about her hurting herself, getting in danger, because she wanted to protect Fern. But once Fern becomes a Ranger, she ain't got worried about her being hurt or nothing like that, because both of them get to fight together, you know, as a lesbian couple, and as a beautiful thing. Javi goes through a lot in this season by activating the Zords, but also losing his arm due to him sticking the Morphing Master into the stone where the Zords is at. But when his arm got hit by a blast, it causes him to disintegrate his whole arm. And so once Solon hit him up with a robotic arm, but once he's gotten used to it, he took it like a champ, and that's really all there's to it. So Javi, I think he was handled a lot better in this season than he did in Dino Fury. And I like him in Cosmic Fury than I did with him in Dino Fury, in my opinion. Ion, let me tell you something about Ion. Shout out to Jordan Fight. Jordan Fight shines in this show because you can tell he was really, really up in his game because of how he was so worried about Zato losing so much energy to the point where every time he uses the Morphing Master staff while using his powers, he passes out. But we didn't find out until the Forest protected Zato when he fell from the space. It was revealed that each time when he uses the power from the Morphing Master staff, he goes too. So Zato didn't really have much time on Earth, much like how Barai did when they used the candle to not only kill him, but to, I feel like I was getting Julinger vibes from it, and that was one of the darkest moments I've ever seen in my life. But I didn't think that they would handle death in Power Rangers though, but in Cosmic Fury, they definitely went all out. They didn't really want to risk doing that, but they did. So they did their own thing, and I'm glad that it came out so well. And Zato, even though I was a bit disappointed by his presence in the show, he didn't really do too much. But in episode 1, he fought with the Ghost Ranger costume. But once Ion turned heel, vanished Zato in another planet. But once Zato came back, becomes the Zenith Ranger. And it was cool for the most part with him fighting with Izzy. They went on a mission to find Solon. And I love the fact that he embraces Amelia as the Red Ranger and how she kept everybody together. The one thing I love about Simon Bennett and them is that they know how to write good stories. Even though from the Neo Saban era, it was just mega trash. But in the Hasbro era, I feel like they've grown a lot, even though they've written some bad episodes. But in this season, there wasn't no filler. It was straight to the point. And they did a great job by delivering of what made Power Rangers great. Is telling a good story. And I think what Cosmic Fury did as a whole is told a great story. The fight scenes were fantastic once again. I love the fight choreographies, and I love the Cosmic Fury suits in action. Yes, I still have issues with the suits, but just seeing it in action, job well done. Job well done. And Billy fighting alongside the Rangers was icing on the cake. And speaking of Billy, Billy was the best part of Cosmic Fury as well, because I love how he was able to help the Rangers while being a Ranger at the same time. Like, he was a better mentor than Zonar, in my honest opinion. I mean, no offense to David Field and Zonar, but as the character, he sucked. But when Billy became a mentor in Once and Always and in Cosmic Fury, he not only helped the Rangers, but he also was piloting the Wolf Zord. He was piloting, I think, another Zord. When that final battle happened, Billy and Mint showed up in the Dino Megazord, along with the other Megazord, Lost Galaxy, Beast Morphers, Ninja Steel. Oh yeah, the Astral Megazord. I don't know why I'm forgetting all of something though, but yeah, all of them came out and helped the Rangers out. It was so good to see them in action after God knows how long, and especially the Lost Galaxy Megazord. That was one of my favorite Megazords in Lost Galaxy. But in space, the Astral Megazord was by far my favorite. It was good seeing that. But then the high stakes was happening. Billy was telling the Rangers, and the Rangers was telling him about the famous Z-Wave and all of that. And yeah, it's just good, man. Everybody did an amazing job. So Long did her thing as usual, being the best character. Ollie's mother, she was good as well. So yeah, that was about the Rangers. Let's talk about the villains. The villains were the best part of this series. Some original and some are from previous Sentai's, Key Ranger and Zyuohger. But for the most part, most of the villains I've seen were 100% original when it comes to the ground fights. I have to say, they all did a good job. Louis Zed was a bit disappointing because he didn't really do anything besides fight the Rangers a couple times, but he didn't really do much. Ollie was the one that actually did something. He had a plan to fight the Rangers and try to find Zato, trying to find their headquarters and all of that. Ollie was the one that did everything as a villain. But once he became good, I feel like he had a regret of doing the things that he did while he was evil. And I love the emotions the Rangers have for one another, especially Amelia and Ollie, because Ollie felt kind of guilty of what he have done to his girlfriend, and he felt some type of regret for everything that he's done while he was evil. And yeah. But something funny about this though, when Lord Zed, as soon as he had all that power, he became the morphing master of himself, and he looked crazy. He reminded me of the Zed Ranger from the Boom Studio comics, and I have to say, he definitely dominated the Rangers. And I love how the Rangers were able to combine the Cosmic Fury weapons, even though it didn't really do much with Zed, but with Bogelia, she was gone just like that. And I love how the Rangers, they went inside this thing where Lord Zed's energy was at, and Zeta was trying to tell them, look, you can either get yourself together, or you're gonna end up doing what you're doing when you was evil. So Lord Zed had no choice but to say yes. And after that, we seen Rita, but it's not Robo Rita, it's regular Rita with the stuff you put on your face, them little cucumbers on your eyes, like, you know what I'm talking about. We've seen her and Lord Zed together. I'm literally getting season 2 and 3 vibes from it. I'm thinking, if Rita is there is she's gonna help Lord Zed fight the Rangers. Oh, this season was crazy, man. Like, it gave me so much that I enjoy about this show the most. There are some issues I have with the show. Like, it still felt kind of Neo Saban-ish, but I think most of it was wiped out the window when the action was happening. At the end of the day, Cosmic Fury, it went out with the bang. It went out great. The end of the episode, Amelia's little sister was born, and Javi was performing a song with his band, and Billy was saying that if that was the spirit of Zonar, that means that he's still out there somewhere. And I love how Billy was just looking at the Rangers proud. He looked like he wanted to cry too. You knew that deep down inside, you know he wants to still find Zonar. But I don't think you should do that right now. Cosmic Fury ended on a great note. And so, if I would have to rate Cosmic Fury, no, I would have to give it a 5 Cosmic Orbs out of 5. I love this show. I love this season. And in 2024, we might not get any information about the reboot, but I know we will. Because once the strike is over, that's when you're going to get it popping. So, the Power Rangers is in a bright future. So, Cosmic Fury gets 5 Cosmic Orbs out of 5 from me. I'm satisfied with what I've got. I enjoyed it. I loved it. It was the best Power Rangers season that Summer Benedum has ever given us. That's all I ever wanted. That's all I ever asked for. I just wish it was like that when Saban brought it back from Disney back in 2010 when he came up with Samurai in 2011. I wish it was like that. But thankfully, in the Hasbro era, all I gotta say is, man, I appreciate every last one of you has been there with me from the moment we heard about the Cosmic Fury cast coming back, the show coming out, promotional images, trailers, and all that, and we left on a great note. As a Power Rangers fan, I am beyond satisfied of what we've got. So, cheers to 2025. May the power protect y'all.